Hi friends, hope you are doing great. Today we are going to see Associate Cloud Engineer sample questions with answers and explanations which we are going to do, which we are going to see in this video. So go to the question bank. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the first question. You are a project owner and need your coworker to deploy a new version of your application to App Engine. You want to follow Google's recommended practices. Which IAM roles should you grant your coworker? Option A, project editor. Option B, App Engine service admin. Option C, App Engine deployer. Then finally, App Engine code viewer. Okay, so you can put your own answer friends, then you can validate yourselves. Finally I will attach the answer sheet also, answer document. Okay, so we'll check one by one. First one is a project editor. So project editor, it means because it is this act, it could be the answer because this access is too wide and Google recommends least privilege. Also Google recommends predefined roles instead of primitive roles like project editor. Then we'll go with the App Engine service admin. It is not correct because although it gives right access to module level and version level settings, users cannot deploy a new version. And App Engine deployer, it could be the answer because this gives rights access only to create a new version. And finally, App Engine code viewer, it's not correct because this is a read only action, read only access. So this is definitely App Engine only. I can omit first one, and App Engine deployer, it could be the answer. Option C I'm going with. Okay, next we are going to see your company has reserved a monthly budget for your project. You won't be informed automatically of your project spend so that you can take action when you approach the limit. What should you do? Option A, link a credit card with a monthly limit equal to your budget. Option B, create a budget allot for 50% or 90% and 100% of your total monthly budget. And option C, in the App Engine settings, set a daily budget at the rate of 1 of out of 30 out of 1 of your monthly budget. In the GCP console, configure billing export to BigQuery. Create a saved view that queries your total spend. So which could be the answer? Okay, we'll see the explanation. Option A, it could not be the answer because this will just give you the spend, but will not alert you when you approach the limit. Then option B, it could be the answer because a budget alert will warn you when you reach the limit set. Option C, it will not be answer because if you exceed the budget, you will still be billed for it. Furthermore, there is no allotting when you hit that limit by GCP. Option D, it could not be the answer because those budgets are only on App Engine, not other GCP resources. Furthermore, this makes subsequent requests fail rather than allot you in time so you can mitigate appropriately. So maybe the answer will be B only. So create a budget allot for 50%, 90% and 100% of your total monthly budget. Next we will go to the next question. You have a project using BigQuery. You want to list all BigQuery jobs for the project. You want to set this project as the default for the BQ command line tool. What should you do? So option A, use Google G Cloud config set project to set the default project. Option B, use BQ config set project to set the default project. Option C, use G Cloud generate config URL to generate a URL to the Google Cloud Platform console to set the default project. Then D, use BQ generate config URL to generate a URL to the GCP console to set the default project. Now we are going to see each and everything. Option A could be the answer because you need to use gcloud to manage the config defaults. Option B, it could not be the answer because The BQ command line tool assumes the gcloud configuration setting and cannot be set through BigQuery. Option C will not be the answer because entering this command will not achieve the desired result and will generate an error. Then finally D, it will not be the answer because entering this command will not achieve the desired result and will generate an error. So answer would be option A only the answer. So because we can use gcloud config set project to set the default project. Fine. So next I'm going with the next question. Your project has all its compute engine resources in the Europe West Zone region. You want to set Europe West Zone as the default region for gcloud commands. What should you do? Option A, use Cloud Shell instead of the command line interface of your device. Launch Cloud Shell after you navigate to a resource in the Europe West Zone region. The Europe West Zone region will automatically become the default region. Option B, use gcloud config set compute/region Europe West Zone to set the default region for future gcloud commands. Option C, use gcloud config set compute/zone Europe West Zone to set the default region for future gcloud commands. Option D, create a VPN from on-premises to a subnet in Europe West Zone and use the connection when executing gcloud commands. So which could be the answer? A, it will not be the correct answer because Cloud Shell will not default to the location that it is launched from. Option B, it could be the answer because this will ensure that the relevant region is used when not overwritten by command parameter. Option C, it will not be the answer because this command should be used to set a zone, not a region. Option D will not be the answer because a VPN to a specific subnet does not have any effect on the gcloud command region. So I am going with B. Option B, use gcloud config set compute/region Europe West Zone to set the default region for future gcloud commands. Next question. You developed a new application for App Engine and are ready to deploy it in production. You need to estimate the cost of running your application on GCP as accurately as possible. What should you do? Create a YAML file with the expected usage. Pass this file to the gcloud app estimate command to get an accurate estimation. Second, multiply the cost of your application when it was in development by the number of expected users to get an accurate estimation. Option C, use the pricing calculator for App Engine to get an accurate estimation of the expected charges. Option D, create a ticket with Google Cloud Billing support to get an accurate estimation. So which could be the answer? So A will not be the answer because that command will generate an error and not give you an estimation on workloads. Option B will not be the answer because this does not result in an accurate estimation. Option C could be the answer because this is the proper way to estimate charges. Option D, it is not the correct because billing support is available to help you set up billing and understand invoices, not to make estimation. So option C will be the answer. So we can use the pricing calculator for App Engine to get an accurate estimation of the expected charges. Okay. Next we are going to sixth question. Your company processes high volumes of IoT data that are timestamped. The total data volume can be several petabytes. The data needs to be written and changed at a high speed. You want to use the most performant storage option for your data. Which product should you use? Cloud Data Store, Cloud Storage, Cloud Bigtable, or finally BigQuery. So option A will not be the answer because Cloud Bigtable is more performant in frequent writes and lookup in based on timestamp key. Option B could not be the answer because Cloud Storage stores blobs which cannot be queried. Option C will be the correct answer because Cloud Bigtable is the most performant storage option to work with IoT and time series data. And finally, D, it will not be the correct answer because although it can store the data, BigQuery is very slow at changing data. Okay, so we can go with Cloud Bigtable. Cloud Bigtable is the correct answer. So high volumes of IoT data, we have the keyword petabytes. So here we don't have the keyword like analytics. If it has analytics, then we need to go with BigQuery. but here there is no keyword like analytics, so we can go with Bigtable. Option C, Cloud Bigtable. Yeah. Next, seventh question. Your application has a large international audience and runs stateless virtual machines within a managed instance group across multiple locations. One feature of the application lets user upload files and share them with other users. Files must be available for 30 days. After that, they are removed from the system entirely. Which storage solution should you choose? Option A, Cloud Data Store Database. Option B, Multi-regional Cloud Storage Bucket. Option C, Persistent SSD on VM instances. Option D, a managed instance group of file store servers. So which could be the answer? Option A will not be the correct answer because a data store database is not designed for the file storage. Option B will be the correct because buckets can be multi-regional and have lifecycle management. Option C will not be the correct answer because disks are generally ephemeral for VM in managed instance group. And option D, it's not correct because content would be restricted in a single region for all international users. So option B will be the correct answer, a multi-regional cloud storage bucket. Next, we are going to next question. You need to create a new Kubernetes cluster on GCP that can autoscale the number of worker nodes. What should you do? Option A, create a cluster on Kubernetes Engine and enable autoscaling on Kubernetes Engine. Option B, create a cluster on Kubernetes Engine and enable autoscaling on the instance group of the cluster. Option C, configure a Compute Engine instance as a worker and add it to an unmanaged instance group. Add a load balancer to the instance group and rely on the load balancer to create additional Compute Engine instance when needed. Finally, create Compute Engine instances for the workers and the master and install Kubernetes. Rely on Kubernetes to create additional Compute Engine instances when needed. So we'll check the answer. Option A will be the correct answer because this is the way to set up an auto-scaling Kubernetes cluster. Option B, it will not be the correct answer because you should not manage the scaling of Kubernetes through the managed instance groups. Option C will not be the correct answer because an unmanaged instance group cannot scale based on the load balancer, and this is not the correct way to set up Kubernetes. Option D, it is not the correct because Kubernetes will not create additional instances when deployed on Compute Engine. So I am going with option A, create a cluster on Kubernetes Engine and enable auto-scaling on Kubernetes Engine. It is a simple, you can see first line. We need to enable the auto-scaling on the Kubernetes. Create a cluster and enable the auto-scaling. Yeah, sounds good. And next we need to go with the next question. You have an application server running on Compute Engine in the Europe West 1-D zone. You need to ensure high availability and replicate the server to the Europe West 2C zone using the fewest steps possible. What should you do? First one, option A, create a snapshot from the disk. Create a disk from the snapshot in the Europe West 2C zone. Create a new VM with the disk. Option B, create a snapshot from the disk. Create a disk from the snapshot in the Europe West 1-D zone and then move the disk to Europe West 2C. Create a new VM with the disk. Option C, use gcloud to copy the disk to the Europe West 2C zone. Create a new VM with the disk. Option D, use gcloud compute instances move with parameter destination zone Europe West 2C to move the instances to the new zone. So what could be the answer? A will be the correct answer because it makes sure that VM gets replicated in the new zone. Option B will not be the correct because this takes more steps than option A. Option C will not be the correct answer because this will generate an error because gcloud cannot copy disks. Option D, it will not be the correct answer because the original VM will be moved, not replicated. So we can go with option A, create a snapshot from the disk. Create a disk from the snapshot in the Europe West 2C zone. Create a new VM with that disk. So we can go with option A. Next, final question we came. Your company has a mission critical application that serves users globally. You need to select a transactional relational data storage system for this application. Which two products should you choose? Option A, BigQuery. Option B, Cloud SQL. Option C, Cloud Spanner. Option D, Cloud Bigtable. Option E, Cloud Data Store. So we need to select two products. So in mission critical application, we can go with the Cloud Spanner. Again, they are users globally, again Cloud Spanner only. You need to select a transactional relational, then Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner, it could be the answer. So option A will not be the correct because BigQuery is not a transactional system. Option B and option C is the correct. Option B, Cloud SQL, it's a relational and a transactional database. And option C, Cloud Spanner is a relational and a transactional database. Option D, it will not be the correct because Cloud Bigtable provides transactional support but it is not relational. Option E, it is not the correct answer because data store, it's not a relational data storage system. So we can go with option B and C. Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner will be the answer, friends. So I will attach the answer sheet also, and you can go through that one also. And in these questions, and actually we have taken from sample questions only I have taken, friends. I will give that link also, you can check yourselves. This is the Google link only, Google exam link only, sample questions. So I will give that link in my description. You can click that link and you can give your credentials. You can take the test. Just you need to fill your name and organization name, etc, etc. You need to fill, and you can take the test, free test only, sample test you can take, model question papers. So I will give the link, friends. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. If you are not subscribed my YouTube channel, you can subscribe my YouTube channel so that it will motivate me to upload more videos about the GCP. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye bye.